Up on the roof. The alarm rings at 1:45. Work starts at noon. At noon, the winds are at their strongest and the sun is at its highest, although that would be hard to tell. Up on the roof, the cloud is so thick you can almost eat it. It's been a year and a half since I've seen blue sky. It's an uncomfortable feeling being shrouded in clouds. The sky seems heavier than the ground. Gravity seems confused too, and the ground trembles every other day or so. The mantle of the earth is trying its damnedest to shake us off and into the clouds. I don't blame it. I roll out of my cot. Standing too quickly, I bang my head. The narrow rooms where we now live are as oppressive as the clouds. The plaster smells constantly of damp. I've learned it is best to put my uniform on last thing so as to keep the dank smell at bay. I have time to spare. I close my eyes against the grey hum of the single energy-saving bulb. It does funny things to my vision. I often see shadows when I'm trying to sleep. I can almost make out words scrawled beneath the ever-damp paint above my cot. Sometimes I consider adding to the historical document, but I don't know where there are any pens. Also, I have more or less forgotten how to write. And what would I say? Before everything went wrong, time to spare had been a luxury. 5 minutes meant a status update, a few picture flicks to spy on friends or past lovers, a chat with a parent, a quickly scribbled birthday card. Now there are no phones, no one I know, no parents, no birthdays. I decide to be early. Maybe whoever cares about these things will notice. Maybe I'll be promoted. To what? I'm not sure. The hierarchy is still unclear to me. Perhaps this is because it needs to be. 5:2. My cubicle door shuts slowly behind me. I start to climb the 12 flights to the roof. I make myself recount what was before. It does get easier the more I relive the moment. A moment for every flight of stair. 1. Snatches of blue sky in a summer heatwave some years ago. Snatches of headlines predicting environmental doom. 2. Our dogs panting heavily, overheating. September, October. No need for coats when we walked them in November. 3. Dogs starving now, bones sticking out everywhere. No reason, said the vet. Perhaps something in their food? Something in the air? I wipe sweat from my cheek. The gun clinks against my left leg. Where's that vet now? 4. Unnatural midday darkness. Silent birds. Silent people hurrying in the streets. Supermarkets empty of the milk that was already starting to taste sour. Here, there isn't any food as such, just nutrient mulch. It is a similar colour to the walls and the clouds. A pallid margin laps at everything here. It's not as tragic as you might think not having windows. There's nothing outside to see. 5. Sleeping with the bedroom windows open on Christmas Eve, sheets sticking to us in the heat. I lick some sweat from my top lip and keep a steady pace, climbing up and up. 6. New Year's Day. The dead birds all over the ground, the moans as the smell began to rise. I'm almost up the roof now, almost ready to keep watch. 7. Thick air choking us as we moved to the bunker, or were moved. People in masks, silent, unforgivingly uninformative, holding guns. Guns like the one I hold now. 8. The sadness of the bunker, beds everywhere, bodies supine, eyes glued to the grey ceiling. 9. The protection of the bunker, the comforting whir of the air conditioning, a whine of irony at its continued use, even at the planet's end. 2 minutes to go, and I'm at the door to the roof. I lean against it for just a moment. It is difficult for me to catch my breath these days. 10. The questions that haunt the waking minutes. Where were the dogs now? Were they alive? Was the house on fire? Looted? Gone? Hushed conversations between beds and the dawning realisation that everything we once knew had been twisted, all had been heated and cooled and was now unrecognisable. 11. Your hand when it stopped squeezing. 12. Stepping out alone when they opened the bunker. The new grey sky. I hurl myself against the door and fall out onto the roof. High railings loom over me. Feeling dizzy, I crouch for a moment, letting this depleted world spin around me. I wipe my cheek again and shoulder my gun. I stand, I look up, hoping to see a flying shape amongst the clouds. I gasp. It is noon. The sky is blue.